Hello, dear listeners, and welcome to our podcast. My name is Sophia, and today we have an important topic: breaking barriers. In life, we all face barriers. A barrier is something that stops us from moving forward. It can be a problem, a challenge, or even fear. Sometimes barriers come from the outside, like rules or situations that make things difficult. Other times, barriers come from inside us, like self-doubt or fear of failure. But the good news is, barriers can be broken. When we work hard, stay strong, and believe in ourselves, we can go past the things that stop us. Some people break barriers in sports, others in education, and some in their personal lives.
Hello, everyone. My name is James, and I'm excited to talk about breaking barriers. We all have different challenges, but one thing is true for everyone: barriers are not the end. They are just things we need to overcome. For example, some people face barriers when learning a new language. They feel nervous to speak, or they think they will make mistakes. But the only way to break this barrier is to keep practicing and not be afraid. The more you try, the better you become.
That's so true, James. Another common barrier is fear of change. Sometimes people want to try something new, like a new job or a new place to live, but they feel scared. Change is not easy, but if we never try, we never grow. Taking small steps can help us feel more confident.
Yes, and sometimes people face barriers because of what others say. Maybe someone tells you that you cannot do something, but just because someone says it doesn't mean it's true. If you believe in yourself and keep going, you can prove them wrong.
Exactly. Breaking barriers is about pushing forward even when things seem difficult. It takes courage, patience, and a strong heart.
Breaking barriers is not always easy, but it is possible. One of the best ways to break a barrier is to have a strong mindset. A strong mindset means believing in yourself, even when things feel difficult. It means telling yourself, "I can do this," instead of "I can't." Sometimes we face barriers because we are afraid of failure. But failure is not the end, it is a lesson. Many successful people failed many times before they succeeded. They learned from their mistakes and kept going. If we make a mistake, we should not give up. Instead, we should try again and learn from it.
That's right, James. A strong mindset helps us move forward. But we also need support from others. Sometimes, breaking a barrier is easier when we have family, friends, or teachers who encourage us. When we feel weak, their words can give us strength. Another way to break barriers is to set small goals. If a problem feels too big, we can break it into smaller steps. Step by step, we get closer to success. For example, if someone is afraid to speak English, they can start with simple words, then short sentences, and later have full conversations.
That's a great example, Sophia, and when we reach small goals, we feel more confident. Confidence is important because it helps us keep going, even when things are difficult.
Yes, and we should also remember to be patient. Breaking barriers takes time. Some challenges take days, others take months, or even years. The important thing is to keep trying and never stop believing in yourself.
Sometimes, breaking barriers means stepping out of our comfort zone. The comfort zone is the place where we feel safe and do things that are easy for us. But if we stay there, we may never grow. When we try something new, it might feel scary at first, but that is how we learn and improve. For example, if someone wants to learn a new skill, like playing an instrument or speaking a new language, they might feel nervous. They might think, "What if I make a mistake?" But mistakes are part of learning. Every time we try, we get better.
That's so true, James. Many people are afraid of making mistakes, but mistakes are not bad. They help us understand what we need to improve. Instead of feeling embarrassed, we should see mistakes as steps toward success. Another way to break barriers is to have a positive attitude. If we think, "This is too hard, I can't do it," we will never move forward. But if we say, I will try, I will learn, and I will improve, we give ourselves a chance to succeed.
Exactly. And sometimes we need to remind ourselves of past successes. Think about a time when you did something difficult. Maybe you learned how to ride a bike, cook a meal, or solve a hard problem. At first, it seemed impossible, but with time and effort, you did it. That means you can do it again with other challenges.
That's a great way to stay motivated, James. And another thing that helps is surrounding ourselves with positive people. If we are around people who believe in us, we feel stronger. But if we listen to negative people who say, you can't do it, we might start believing them. That's why it's important to choose our company wisely.
Yes, support from good people makes a big difference. And no matter how big the barrier is, if we keep trying, keep learning, and keep believing, we can break through it.
As we talk about breaking barriers, it's also important to remember that everyone faces different challenges. Some people have barriers because of where they come from, their background, or even their health. These barriers may seem bigger than others, but it doesn't mean they are impossible to break. One key to breaking barriers is to never compare ourselves to others. Everyone has their own journey. What might be easy for one person could be difficult for someone else. That's okay. What matters is that we keep trying at our own pace and don't give up.
Absolutely. And sometimes the barriers we face are not something we can change alone. In these cases, we need to ask for help. It's okay to reach out to others, whether it's for advice, support, or just someone to listen. There is no shame in asking for help. In fact, it shows strength. Also, when we break one barrier, we learn new things that can help us with the next challenge. Each time we succeed, we gain more knowledge, more confidence, and more experience. This makes the next barrier a little easier to handle.
That's such an important point, James. Every time we break a barrier, we grow stronger. We build resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from difficult situations and keep going. Another important thing is not to expect perfection. No one is perfect, and that's okay. We don't need to be perfect to succeed. What matters is that we try our best, learn from our mistakes, and keep moving forward.
Yes, perfection is not the goal. The goal is progress. Small steps can lead to big changes over time. And even when we face setbacks, they don't mean we've failed. They just mean we need to try another way.
Exactly, James. Remember, breaking barriers is a journey, not a race. The important thing is to keep going and never stop believing that you can do it.
As we finish this podcast about breaking barriers, let's remember that the most important thing is perseverance. No matter how many barriers you face, you should never stop trying. It is often the most difficult challenges that lead to the biggest successes. Sometimes, breaking a barrier might take a long time, but with every effort, you are moving closer to your goal. If you keep working hard and stay focused, you will get there.
Yes, James, and breaking barriers is not just about achieving big things, it's also about improving yourself along the way. Each time you overcome a challenge, you grow in confidence and strength, and you learn something new about yourself. One thing that helps is celebrating small victories. Even small steps forward are worth celebrating because they show progress.
That's a great idea, Sophia. Celebrating small victories keeps us motivated. And when we see how far we've come, we realize that the barriers we thought were too big are not so impossible after all.
Exactly. And remember, you are not alone in facing challenges. Everyone has barriers, and we can all help each other break them down. The more we support each other, the stronger we all become.
In the end, breaking barriers makes us better, stronger, and more confident. It teaches us that we can do anything if we believe in ourselves and keep trying.
Yes, thank you so much for listening, everyone. We hope this podcast has inspired you to break your own barriers. Keep going, keep trying, and never give up. Goodbye, everyone. See you next time.